Good evening and welcome to NXTGEN Season 15. It's the Modern Touring Cars. It's the finale. We are here at Oulton Park International. Now, Scuba G might have already sewn the championship up, but the finale is always going to be crazy. Now, the title's no longer on the line. Every man for himself, a bit of pride, and the midfield as well. And there's already Cunge. I think that might be burnt fry in the background. We have 13 drivers. Jack has joined the session. He's going to have to be quick. Light evening. He's going to watch the stream instead. I feel he got in the way in a bit in the A1s. Well, to be honest, mate, there is no title on the line here, so can't really get in the way here. There's all midfield battles. Actually, not an easy circuit. Oulton Park International. We'll go for a ride with someone in a minute. Let's go through quick drivers. Burnt Fry, AMH Racing, Adam Morris, Shadow Stalker, Bruce Lee Harding, Tro 246, Babies Johnny, Royston, Tim78, Scooby G, DY House 7, Fraser, and obviously Ginge. That's an interesting way to take Knickerbock. Let's go on board with the AMH. He's obviously a filler for this round. But here we go. So we're going to come out through Deer's Leap. Here we go. Start of the lap. Old Hall Corner. You come to the left-hand side. Bring it in as a late apex. Bring the throttle in as gently as possible, as early as you can as well. Down through Denton to flick right into the Cascades, a long left-hander. Again, late apex, so you can get the throttle on in a more straight line, get it on earlier. Down Lakeside and towards the Island Bend. Now, this is not flat in this thing, I don't think. No, just a slight lift, gear down to 5th. Pick it back up as you go into the Shell Oils corner. This cambered in, hairpin right. You can take it with a fair bit of speed, actually, 60 mile an hour. Quite nice. Then you head down towards Britain's. You flick it right into this left, right, left chicane. Easy to get track limits wrong here, especially if you put on 2 wheels, go a bit wide. Out of there, you go through over the hilltop, down the other side, into Hislops. Flick right, flick left chicane. Into Knickerbrook, this right-hander. A bit of grass taken there from AMH, not really the ideal line, but it'll take it. And you head over Clay Hill, through the water tower, and into Druids. There's double right-hander, double apexed. Nice and early, actually, that from AMH on the throttle. Down the final back straight towards the Lodge corner. This corner famous from the 2 Hondas of Shedden and Neil hitting each other, taking each other out of the race in one of the Oulton Park races. Through Deer's Leap, flick it left over the crest. That's a lap of Oulton Park International. And a 141.7. Fraser currently leading the way, with AMH second, RDF1 Adam Morris in third, Ginge is in fourth, Scuba G 5th. And there's Jack, just preparing for a lap. There's Johnny in his Mercedes, a 147.3. Bit off the pace, but he'll have another crack at it. Bruce Lee Harding, 145.8. Again, he'll have another crack. As that's Shadow Stalker and I think Burnt Fry. But no, it's Royston, sorry. Royston Tro. Tro's in a different colour scheme, I think. Oh no, yeah, he's in a different colour scheme, which is not that one. Yeah, I think it was Shadow Stalker. Anyway, enough babbling on. Anna Morris and Fraser will be the first two to complete qualifying then. as they head into Lodge Corner and Deers Leap for the final times. Fraser currently sat on pole position. Scooby G having a lap time validated, and Fraser will stay on provisional pole with a 140.6. Adam 9/10 off. As AMH now puts in a 140.604, taking pole position away from Fraser by just 0.02 of a second. Ginge fourth at the moment. Bruce Lee Harding on a lap at the moment as well. Royston, Jack, Jamie also on a lap. Jamie puts it fourth. Jack puts it fourth. Bruce Lee Harding puts it sixth on the grid right now. Royston followed by D Whitehouse 7. Royston will put it into 10th, and we don't know D Whitehouse 7. So your qualifying results are as follows. AMH takes pole position from Fraser. Adam Morris and Jack line up on row 2. Row 3 is Jamie and Bruce. Row 4, Ginge and Scooby G. Row 5, Johnny and Royston. Row 6, Troy246 and Burnt Fry 699, who didn't set a time. Shadowstalker 13th, Tim 14th, DY House 7 15th. The bottom 4 not setting a time in qualifying, hence the reason they're at the back of the pack. Let's have a little bit of a natter. Having me underway shortly. The Oulton Park, this layout, a 2.692 mile layout. This course actually started in 1953. It was very much different. It was only a 1.5 mile circuit back in 1953. Got changed this style of layout in 1954, and it didn't really change until 1973. But we are here, the finale of the modern touring cars. We have the 3 red lights for the final time in season 15. We are green, and a hell of a start from AMH and from Adam, as expected in the BMWs. Ginge is up into, well, he was up into 4th, he's now into 5th. He's got Jamie alongside him going through Denton's down towards the Cascades. Oh, and a bit of a bump. Jamie running wide, just getting a bit of a slide on. Taps Ginge into Cascades. Ginge down to 11th place. That's not where you want to be, Jack, mate. He has royally put it in the barriers. Moves at 1, Jamie is 4th. Bruce Lee is in 6th place at the moment, right behind Scooby G. AMH leads though, 0.7 already as they come into his lops. A bit of work to do from the rest of the field to catch up with AMH. Bruce now on the tail of Scooby G. Bumper cam with the Mercedes man going into Druids. See the pace he can carry through the corner. See Jeff just edging across to go into Lodge. Bruce is running a bit deep, and it enables Scooby G just to get away just a touch. There's Johnny and D Whitehouse 7. While Fraser is he's hassling Adam Morris here for 2nd place. About 0.4 of a second between the two. Well, the question is, the BMWs can't go flat through the island bend. Can the Mercs? No, a slight lift. As they head through the Shell Oils corner. See guys go through the banking, and Bruce is still on the tail of Jack. Well, Scooby G runs wide. Bruce Lee down the inside on the right-hander. Will Scooby look to come back? No, he can't. Going through Britons, and Bruce Lee fights his way up into 5th place. Is that Jack in the background? That is Jack in the background. He is on the back of Royston. Look down the inside of his lops. He'll look to get a good run out of Knickerbrook, but that's going to be difficult on the BMW, especially in the Astra. Astra not a very good top end. Or at least getting to its top end anyway. In Druids, you can see the pace Jack can carry. He's looking to come alongside. Royston, I think, just lost it a little bit. He didn't actually deliberately go over there. I think he just lost it somewhat coming out of Druids. But Jack around the outside. A great move as Royston loses the back end again into the barriers. Through Deer's Leap. There's a couple of crunches there. Meanwhile, at the front, AMH has lost his lead to Adam Morris. And in the background, you can see Bruce Lee Harding is on the tail of Jamie now. As they head to the island bend. Jack's just past D-Way House 7 on the tower. Yeah, about a lap time that from AMH of 42.5. Now, he doesn't... Jack is on an overtaking mission right now. Just past Johnny as well. His next target is his old nemesis. Good old Ginge. And we're missing everything here because Bruce has passed Jamie. I think Jamie's made a mistake somewhere. As he's now down into 6th and he's got Ginge behind him. Jack, Johnny. Back at the front, it's still quite tight. Fraser all over the back of AMH, who is on the back of Anna Morris coming out of Lodge Corner towards lap number 4. Fraser getting very close here to the back of AMH, got on board in this bumper. Down to Cascades. Actually, the Burnfly on Royston there. Lightblade, obviously, you're hopefully still watching. What do you think so far of the opening 4 laps? Interested to see what people think. Into Britons. Fraser keeping it well within bounds there. Jack now has a penalty for track limits. To go into his lops. Bruce running on his own. He's going to do Royston. Jamie doing a big slide through his lops there as he's looking to try and get back at Scooby G. It's going to need with Ginger to get on the tail of him. Jack still sits in 8th place. He does have a penalty though this time. Finally, nice and clean so far. Good racing. It has been great racing, hasn't it, at the moment? We're going to go back to the front because again it's getting tight between the 2 leading BMWs. And Fraser's just there. If anything goes wrong, Fraser's there to take advantage. I doubt it because AMH and Anna Morris, I thought he was running a bit wide there. He has run wide. Here comes AMH, he's going to have to run down Lakeside. I think Adam's going to let him have this going into the island bend, or is he? No, he's not. He's going to try around the outside. He's almost clipped the grass into the channel wheels corner now. They hit the brakes, and Adam Morris is going to just about keep the place from MH. Out of the hairpin, down towards Britain's for the 5th time. Like I said, he loved the move from Jack round the outside. Yeah, it was a fantastic move, that actually. It's not easy to pull off through Lodge, but it is doable. As we head through his lops with the leading trio. These guys are in a different race altogether right now. Now, Try 246 picks up a penalty. As AMH almost clips the grass. Here comes Fraser. He's going to look to the outside, coming towards Lodge. Banks out of it, maybe looking for a run on the exit. Can't quite do it. Scooby G is still leading this next trio, but Ginge has got past Jamie. Obviously, I can't tell that from the tower because it's just NGR, NGR, NGR. So it's never helpful. But Ginge is now up into 6th place. Both of them trying to hunt down Scooby G, who in turn is trying to hunt down Bruce Lee Harding, but Bruce keeping a nice pace of 41.8 that time around to Scooby G's 41.9. Meanwhile, Adam Morris still at the front of the pack. He's still leading in his Pirelli BMW as we're reaching the halfway point of this race. Run slightly wide out of Britain's. Oh, was that contact? I don't know if that was contact or whether Adam Morris has just randomly lost it on a straight. That was strange. I'm not going to lie, that was very, very strange. But Adam Morris now down to 3rd with AMH in 1st. And now Fraser challenging AMH going towards Lodge Corner. He won't go around the outside. Well, he's tried to go around the outside. A bit of a stupid move, really. That's what I think Lightblade saying AMH pulled out too late. As Adam Morris goes down the inside of Fraser here. This for... I'm not going to change the camera because the cameraman's dumb. There we go. AMH still out in the lead, but Adam Morris passes Fraser through Denton's and into the Cascades. Adam Morris still chasing down his friend of AMH, but Bruce Lee Harding, a bad lap last one around a 42.8, so maybe like a slowdown or just not quite getting a corner right. But it means Scooby G is going to be near his tail. Jamie's back into 6th because Ginge has gone ploughing into a barrier at the island bend. Blade, I think I was going to say go on Adam for the win, so he's obviously supporting Adam Morris there. Ginge down to 10th. Yeah, there you go. Blade just correcting it with his asterisks of I've made a bit of a spelling error. Ginge, yeah, that's not ideal for Ginge. He probably can't see out the front of that either. A BMW compact front version. It's a bit of a shame, really, for Ginge. He's running well. Scooby G late on the brakes into Lodge as he tries to start an attack on Bruce Lee Harding. You can tell Bruce just no intention there defending him. But he runs slightly wide. It'd be harsh for him to get done for that, for a slowdown. But yeah, Bruce Lee Harding, no intention of defending because he knew Scooby G was just too far back. The BMW Power. Oh, look at the pace the Mercedes can carry through Island Bend. That's fantastic stuff. So yeah, Scooby back on the pace of 1:41.0 last time around. So head into Britain's. Amazingly both get it stopped. That's good pace through that. I don't know why Scooby G's trying that into his lops. It's never going to work. Go through Knickerbrook and it immediately enables a 0.7 to 1 second gap for Bruce Lee Harding as they head up towards Druids. Alan Morris still behind AMH, but he is slowly reeling him in. Lovely saying he ain't even trying. I don't know who you're referring to there, mate. I don't know whether that's Bruce or Scooby. No idea, like Blade. But we'll go back to this battle because I think this is the looking at the timings. The closest one on track. Scooby. I think he probably is trying. It's the type of thing Scooby tried to do, weirdly enough. It's I think it's Tim putting over. Getting out of the way. Yeah, you'd be surprised what Scooby G tries to do nowadays. Around the outside here, around the outside there, never works, but fair play, he does try. And he's going to have another little assault here going into Britain. He's going to try and set it up again. Well, they say he seems to be toying, and Scooby doesn't quite do the toying. He just tries anything and everything, quite frankly. I mean, Jack was saying in the group A1s, he can be quite unpredictable at times, Scooby G. And so there you go, he runs a little bit wide and deep through the second part of his lops. And it's cost him time, he just can't get past the Merc. And it's starting to cause Scooby G a few issues. He's having to try things, to try and open a door, try and get a run, anything. To try and get past that blue Mercedes. Jamie, Jack, that's D-White House 7, Webby's Johnny. Everyone's just a bit spread out at the moment. Although Shadowstalker and Royston might start coming together. There's Ginger there. They're in 10th place right now. Meanwhile, Adam Morris is now on the tail of AMH. He's trying to maximise the limits of the track to get that advantage. Into his lops. Knickerbrook. Well, that's not what I needed. Touching the curb. The back end almost going round on him. He's going to drop all the time he's just gained. And AMH just now pulling away. Something's happened to Bruce. Bruce Lee is down to 7th place now. He's lost a lot of time. Whether that must have been an off. You see he's got damage to the front of the car. Meanwhile, back at the front, Anna Morris still on the tail of AMH, going into Old Hall Corner for the penultimate time. through Dentons and Cascades. And Morris is all the circuit right now. Through Island Bend into the Shell Oils corner. There's been nothing Adam Morris could do right now. He just can't get past that white BMW, which is normally Whitford's actually. It's a strange one. But Adam Morris up and over the Crescent Hill top into the Hislop chicane towards Knickerbrook. Druids corner. This double apex, Adam Morris still on the tail of the lead. Slightly different line to AMH, maybe trying to get a shorter route or trying to get the power on slightly early, because you can get the power on earlier that way. By taking it towards the outside curb. We're on to the final lap now here at the finale of the modern touring cars. Through Cascades on to the lakeside. Island Bend. And the Shell Oils corner. Adam Morris is running out of time. See Adam Morris trying to get that pace as he goes into Britain's. We might have overcooked it through Britain's though. Down towards Hislops. Well, a bit of a mistake from AMH. Runs slightly deep through the second part. But still, Adam Morris cannot capitalise. Over through Water Tower now. Into Druids for the final time. AMH Racing still in the lead. Lightblade says last corner. You never know, bud. Towards Lodge for the final time and into Deer's Leap. It's not going to work. Adam Morris will not take the victory. It's going to be AMH who wins at Oulton Park from Adam Morris. Fraser takes home a very good third place, hanging on to the back of the battle. Scooby G, he will come home in fourth place. So he didn't spin it because Jamie's right behind him. Scooby G fourth, Jamie fifth, Jack will come home in sixth. Bruce Lee Harding will come home in seventh. No, he won't. He'll come home sixth, courtesy of some penalties for Jack. DY House 7, eighth place for him. No, he won't. It'll be seventh place for him. Webby's Johnny will be ninth place for him. Ginger's lost it through Druids. And Tro 246 is on the way, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Lightblade, a great race. Yeah, it was, mate. Genuinely, these cars do not disappoint you, the touring cars. They've always been firm favourites of NXTGEN, and I think this is the reason why. They are good fun to drive, and they provide some great racing. Ginge home in 10th, Tro 246 in 11th, and a couple of back markers, but we haven't seen. So, provisional results are AMH Racing takes the win from Adam Morris. Fraser 3rd, Scooby G 4th, Jamie is in 5th, Bruce 6th, DY House 7th, Jack Team 53 Synopsis is in 8th with a 14-second time penalty. That is phenomenal. 5-second time penalty for Johnny puts him in 9th with Ginge in 10th, taking a 1-second hit. Tro 246 in 11th, Shadowstalker 12th, Royston 13th, Tim 14th, and Burnt Fry. Both Burnt Fry and Tim retired there in 15th place. Blade think I'm gonna go home next season. Oh, I think he's gonna go BMW next season. So early car choices already being made there from the fans. But that is it for season 15 of the Modern Touring Cars. That is it until January, I've been told, the 6th. However, obviously this will be confirmed at a later date. So if you are missing any of the Monday night Modern Touring Cars, don't worry, I've got some archives around in playlists, so I'll be dishing those out every week. So you live a bit of nostalgia from recent seasons. Next up, though, is my point of view from the Clio race, Monday Night Tour Clios, so do stay tuned for that one round here. But from myself and the Modern Touring Cars, thank you for watching this season. Enjoy the rest of your evening.